You had a successful second in Charles trip.
Yes. So
Did it live up to my hype?
it did.
Oh, I was so nervous. I was on like sitting on
I
pins
was
and needles waiting
overwhelmed.
for
I
you.
didn't like know where to start because I was like, "Ooh, I want to try and find Knots Landing books." I'm like, but everything's listed by author, and I don't know who wrote them. So I'm like online trying to find things, and I'm like, "Who wrote the Gossip Girl books?" And I was like, "If I could find some Gossip Girl books," I found a few of them. So I bought
Now,
one.
now imagine going to multiples of these in a very short span and always getting that feeling because you don't want to miss something. Yeah, that's John and I. That's our life.
I literally went through all the A's, the B's, and the C's in the comic section looking for Buffy comics, and I found them. But
I
this is
didn't.
where
I
my
did not look
OCD kicks in. I need things to be in order. So I'm like, well, I can't buy this because I don't have the first one. So I found these individual comics that seem to be dedicated to like
one
one's
story.
for Willow, one's for Xander, one's for Giles, and I was like, ooh, these seem interesting, so I bought them. And then I bought this comic called The Origin. So I haven't opened it yet, but I'm wondering if it's what Joss Whedon wanted the movie to be. Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Well, I'm just glad to know it was a success.
Friday was like a thrift store day for me and Greg.
I love thrift stores.
We went to what is it called? Plato's Closet. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
I didn't realize that there's one literally 20 minutes away from me. So we went to one by Jessica's, and then there's one by Second and Charles. So we went to that one. And when I was Googling it, I was like, oh, there's one in Comac, which is a town on Long Island. I'm like, well, know where I'm going. Because Greg usually makes that really good at thrift stores. And I just kind of watch him shop. But this time it was all me. I got a lot of clothes.
You're like,
$5 t-shirts, $8 t-shirts. I got a jacket for $14.
oh, living the high life.
Greg was like dropping $100 in every store we went in on Friday.
That sounds like John and I at Second and Charles.
He spent at least $500 Friday.
We're gonna own a Second and Charles by the time we get done with it.
It was cool. They had like Funko Pop stuff.
They have a little bit of everything.
I was like, maybe if I just stare at the clearance section, I'll find a Knots Landing book.
When I found my Dallas book, it was literally, I was like, like a radar went off, like soap. You know, I don't. So, but yeah,
I was scanning the DVDs for like a gem. I saw Dante's Cove season 2, but I'm like, I could probably get this off of YouTube.
All right. So, I was going to say, are we ready to talk about Winterthorne?
Yeah.
Questions.
You have what?
Questions.
You have questions? Okay. I only watched it once, so I'll try to help.
I've only watched it once too. I don't think I could sit through it again. But I have good comments about it. I do have good comments.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we're going to be talking about the digital soap series Winterthorne, which came out, I believe, in 2015.
Correct.
And has a bunch of daytime royalty, as I like to call them.
It sure did.
So this was actually both of our first times watching it. I don't know if I told you that, Aaron. I hadn't seen it before.
No, I thought you had.
I think I may have watched the pilot or the first episode. It's only a 4-episode show, but
yeah, it's
because when it first came out, the whole thing wasn't available. I think you had to pay for it, and she broke. So
she broke in Arkansas too.
But there was a lot of people in it that I didn't expect. Linda Gray.
When she popped up, I was like, okay, I can get behind this. But then she's only there for one episode.
I know.
I was like, okay, I can't get behind this no more.
Gordon Thompson, who played Adam on the original Dynasty. Did you recognize him, or was it the
Oh,
name?
of course. I
Okay.
looked at John and went, "That's Adam." He went like, "I don't care."
Well, hasn't John only seen season one of Dynasty?
No, he's
So,
seen here and there. He's seen
oh, okay.
bits and pieces.
Oh, okay. Did you guys continue with your Dynasty watch?
We're still in
And
season one. Season one's hard to get through.
I know it really is. It
I mean, it's real hard to get through.
really is.
Felt like I was watching Winterthorne. No, just
So Martha Madison plays the main character.
which is my favorite part of the entire thing. Well, until she shoves that candy cane throat down Old Bell's mouth. I love that.
Houston Storms.
Yes, I want to call her Old Bell because it's kind of like a fight of the bells. It's like,
I remember when I read that they were both in it, and I don't know why. I must have made this up in my head, but I felt like I saw a clip of the two bells fighting in the woods, and that's not what happened.
no, that's not what happened.
Like they were having like some epic battle, and maybe I just built that up in my head. And I read that they fought, and that was the end result, but I don't know.
I think
But anyway,
my issue. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
did you love her feathery outfit?
Okay. Their costumes were so good. I did like that. It gave me very campiness,
Uh-huh.
and I live for that. So I was like, bravo for campiness. Storyline wise, though, I feel like it was a good story or potential to be a good story, but I felt like I don't know if it was just the episodes we were watching, but every once in a while it just felt like it kind of started in the middle of something that already been happening for a while. Like when we
They did flashbacks, but you
didn't know there were flashbacks.
You didn't know it was flashbacks until you were like in it for a little bit. Like there was no like, blurry, like foggy, like whatever.
I guess I've just gotten used to soaps doing the making sure we know flashback.
Kevin I don't know how to say his last name. Spiritus.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I believe he's on Team Gay too, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I like him.
Do you know what he was in and that I didn't realize that I was a fan of his before days?
What?
I like horror movies. He was in one of the Friday the 13th.
Was he?
And I had a crush on him. And I was like, oh my God, I had a crush on Craig in the 80s. Lexi from Days is in one also. She might be in the same one he's in. I don't know. I have to look that up.
No, I love him as Craig.
I miss Craig.
I do too. Him and Nancy, they were so cute together. When they fought, trying to be chief of staff, and she just loved that.
So the plot of the story is this family owns this candy company.
Mm-hmm. Winterthorne.
Which is being pumped by synthetic Winterthorne, which keeps the customers hooked on it. Am I getting that right?
That's how I took it. And then they use the candy. They have to eat so much candy because that's what activates the Winterthorne and keeps them young. Because they only age like 1 year for every 10 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I thought it had a good premise. I really thought.
Once I realized we were going a little supernatural, I was here for the journey.
I wish they would have went full blown, just boom, passions. But
it's also budget. It's a digital series.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah, you're right. But I feel like it could have been paced or just put together a little bit better.
I thought Martha Madison did a great job.
Oh, she A+. That reminded me just why I love her. Because
why I wish they would use her more on Days.
Exactly what I was about to say. She's a lawyer now, so she barely gets any storyline. But
she was good on Ladies of the Lake also.
Every time she yelled, I was like, "Ooh, girl." Question. I kept waiting, and maybe this was just me, but I kept waiting for the father and then her husband to say they were gay. I was getting strong gay gay vibes. Was that
I
just
was
me?
too.
Okay. I was like, are they? Do they have some secret relationship or what?
When I skimmed the episode at one point where I caught a clip and I saw a scene of her father and her husband sitting at the table talking. I think they were talking about the son coming to them or coming home. And the part that I saw said something along the lines of, "How do you think he's gonna take when he learns about us?" And I was like, "Ooh, are they a couple?" I was like, "Gay, like the father and the husband." Like,
I was here for it if they were. I was here for it. Uh, so, like, as I'm watching the episodes, I'm thinking, okay, are we coming out? Are we coming out now? No? Oh, damn.
So I gather the men in that family take the women's last name, the Winterthorne name.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the women, which I love that the women were like the powerful ones in this whole show.
Uh,
And then the guys are the ones who kind of they did it like gender swap.
mhm.
You know, the guys are the stay at home. I guess they all stay at home because they can't go out in public. Which okay, I
Which
know.
why does the sun make them turn old?
No, because people would after 10 years of
Oh,
aging, they're going
yeah,
to notice.
yeah,
But why not just move around a lot? But
like vampires.
I'm sorry that I know you have a small budget, and I normally don't like to talk about the size of a budget. So,
They had good sets for a small budget, though. I like the way everything looked.
okay, see, they look fine. They look good. As rich as this family is supposed to be, they're living like Colt Brady on days right now. That little bitty, just one room house.
Okay.
I mean, I thought, okay, your house should be a lot bit like your kitchen shouldn't be in your, like for as much money as you got. If they would have just made it
I
one,
kind of took it to be like a penthouse, like apartment,
oh, okay. Well, I'm not
more
from New
than a
York. We
house.
don't have those.
I mean, I don't really know where it was supposed to be set, considering they're close to the woods. Um, I know we wanted more Linda Gray,
I wanted more Linda Gray.
but it was implied that she was murdered, like she sacrificed herself. I kind of wanted to see her die. Like if she was gonna die, I wanted to see it. But
I don't know. I would continue with it. It may not have been my favorite, and I had to push through a little bit. But I feel like if it would be like a normal soap opera or show, not just a web series, and was more than just 4 episodes, it would have been better.
I was thinking about this today, because you know how I love seeing people from my shows on other shows, and especially seeing different soap actors work together that haven't worked together on soaps
Or when
before.
the same person who played the same character, like both males. Yeah.
So I was thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder if nobody recognizable to me was on it, if I would have continued watching it.
I don't think
And
I would have.
it piqued my interest enough that I would have. But if it was on, I was like, if it was on NBC, they would have canceled it anyway. So,
NBC or
so it
Fox,
wouldn't have
this
lasted
show wouldn't have
more.
lasted past the first episode.
But yeah, so I think it held my interest enough that I would have watched it. But if it had gotten canceled, I don't know if I would have been upset about it.
Same. I mean, there was just enough, and it's probably because Martha was leading the show, and that right there just shows she could lead a show. In my opinion, she's why I stuck with it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I did like. I mean,
Oh, and I wanted to know what happened to his hands. So I was kind of stuck with it because I hate when they talk about something. I was like, my hands,
they mentioned it.
They do mention it. I can't remember what happens. Clearly, it wasn't as powerful as I thought it was going to be.
Who did that?
It was one of the sisters, I believe, because Kristen Storm's character comes for the Winterthorne. Is like, we can fix your hands.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted her to do it, didn't he?
No, he didn't, because he didn't want her to give up the Winterthorne.
Oh. And then she
Sure
pretended to, and then she killed.
Just
I
kidding.
watched it in one pop, like all 4 episodes.
Oh, it took me 3 days to watch 4 episodes.
I watched it before bed too, so I was kind of in and out of it.
I mean, it wasn't awful. I've seen worse web series.
It ended in a way where it could be over, which obviously it is. It's been 6 years. But you never know. Web series sometimes come back with like seasons like 5 years later.
Mhm. I mean,
Um,
because it's all about budget. They have to rake up that money.
yeah. But it also left a little bit of story. Like there is a sister out there, her aunt, who
I was so
wants the
curious.
Winterthorne.
Who would you cast as the other Winterthorne sister?
Who would I cast?
Hmm. If you
Eileen
pick,
Davidson.
huh?
Eileen Davidson.
Oh, that's good. I really thought you were going to go with who plays Kate on Days.
I could do that too. Yeah, because she kind of features wise looks like Linda Gray.
Hmm.
So yeah, I go with Lauren Kozlov. And she's good at playing evil. So yeah, good pick. um, some of that candy looked really good, and I'm not really a big candy person.
There were sometimes though I was like, why is there candy? But then as it builds, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense why there's just random candy everywhere. That the girl that gets killed by the licorice, that was when Adam, or not Adam, Max is his name, I think. He kills the
Other
sister.
sister, isn't she the other sister? The aunt?
Yeah, that gets like he takes the licorice and
Uh-huh.
strokes her, chokes her because, and he's like, oh, she hates licorice.
See, we got to see her die. We got to see Kirsten Storm's character die. Why couldn't we watch Linda Gray die?
Linda was probably like, I'm not dying.
I've only seen Linda Gray play Sue Ellen, like her character on Melrose / Models Inc. and this. I've never seen her in anything else.
Oh my, you're right. I haven't either. Surely
I mean,
she,
I'm sure she's done other things,
well,
but
wasn't she actually like just like her character, Miss Texas, a former Miss Texas?
on Dallas.
Yeah, yeah, because wasn't Sue Ellen a former Miss Texas?
Uh-huh.
I think she was too.
Really?
I think so.
Hmm.
Hold up.
I
I can't wait. I need to know this.
don't know.
I've I bet I'm wrong because it's known to happen.
Were you shocked to see John Paul Lavoisier? Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Rex from A One Life to Live.
Okay. I think if he would have been playing Philip at the time when they were pushing for Belle and Philip together, Martha and him, they would have went together, I think.
Okay, so this came out before he came to these. And I heard an interview with Martha back then where she said when she met him, she said he's Philip. He could be Philip on days. So I don't know if this went down, but maybe she recommended him for Philip. And then they were both on days at the same time and they actually
Oh,
had an affair.
I didn't see a lot of his time on days.
He was only on for a year.
Okay, I didn't think
But him and Belle did have a thing for a little bit.
I really wish they'd get away from that on days where they feel like the only storyline Belle can be in is if it's in a triangle with Sean and Philip. It's like, okay, give her a life.
She didn't even like Philip when it was the one that we don't speak of that she was married to. She didn't like him until it was Jake Emma Johnson.
Good times.
But so Kirsten Storm's character died really violently.
Yeah, and she was in there for like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, because her name's in the credits.
Yes, but I think she's credited as a special guest star.
I know, but to me, if you're in the credits at the beginning of a show, you're in it just a little bit more than one scene. But I guess I was wrong.
How did you feel about Kevin's Spiritus? I don't know how to say that last name. Um, Playing evil. Yeah, I think he does it really
Oh,
well.
yeah. Why is he? If Dan Scott wasn't played by Paul Johansson, I feel like Kevin could have done a good job as Dan.
I don't know. I love Paul Johansson so much. I
I just,
can't picture anybody else in the
if
role.
we, we're talking about dream casting here, so not like I dream of him being the caster, but I meant like we're dreaming of what it would be like.
So overall, you weren't really a fan of this.
The people in it, yes. Like if they're going to do a second season, I would definitely watch it because of the people in it.
Mhm.
But if it was just probably people I had no clue who they were, I don't know that I'd watch it. But I do like the premise, so I would like to see. Like, I'm kind of more interested in what happened in the past because it seems like a lot went down.
You want to see more Linda Gray.
Yeah, because she was bringing it.
Would you accept it if they casted a younger actress to play a young Linda Gray, or do you want Linda Gray? You're taking too long.
No, because I can't decide. I don't know.
The actress that played the other sister, the one that you said got strangled by the licorice, she's from General Hospital,
Okay, I
and
thought she looked familiar.
she's popped up on quite a few web series that I watch. She was on Ladies of the Lake season 2. Um, I think she's on the Bay, but I'm not sure.
I want to watch that. I just haven't got around to it.
I watched the first 2 seasons of it on Prime. I think we should watch it. It has a lot of days people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. Like I said, if it didn't have the people that were in it, it would have caught my interest, but I wouldn't be sad if it was canceled.
Same.
So, all right. Thanks for joining us, guys. That was our take on not Ladies of the Lake. Winterthorne. I guess I want to watch Ladies of the Lake.
So,
That was our take on Winterthorne.
so
um,
our overall opinion, if you like these people, watch it. If you don't, I wouldn't watch it.
and if you have watched it, let us know your opinions in the comments on our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Give us hell if you want to.
And we'll give you hell right
Let
back.
us know why we're wrong.
Yes, let us know why we're wrong.
Maybe we missed something.
Or let Tommy know why he's wrong.
Anyway, check us out on all the socials, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.